Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Holistic Living Show. Today, I have a special guest. In fact, you might recognize her as being one of the vendors from the Holistic Market and Psychic Fair, as she was with me for like the full 5 years that I was doing that. Her name is Evelyn Mulders, and today we are going to be talking about vibrational healing, what that means, and then she's also going to be revealing. It's not even in the stores yet. Like, seriously, no one else has these yet. They are Whispering Herbs healing cards, and they contain essential wisdom from Mother Earth. And we're going to share about how that actually works and how you can get vibrational energy from these cards and the pictures and everything else that goes with it, as well as a preview that she's got on some of the cards. And I'm really excited to have her with us today. So I'm going to bring her into the stream right now. Hi, Evelyn. How are you today?
Good. How's everybody?
Good, good. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions for Evelyn, please go ahead and type those in the comments, whether you're watching from YouTube or in Facebook on the page or in the group. Go ahead and let us know that whether you use oracle cards or tarot cards, or now these are not tarot cards or that either, but Evelyn's going to explain the differences about what those are, because I can just see her being like, well, no, don't let them know that. That's not what they are. So Evelyn, you've been in vibrational healing and like, maybe you can tell us your history and like how you came to be into the field of energy healing and all of that.
Thanks, Carly. And I just wanted to thank you so much for being the host of the market for so many years, and what a great job you've done of that.
Oh,
it's a monthly event that I look forward to. I pack up the car completely and I head over on Sunday and unpack and get to see all my friends and family on the holistic market. So that's been really great. And of course, this year we're missing it dearly, but hopefully we'll get back soon. Yeah, my journey started, I think, with reflexology. That was the beginning. And then it moved on to something called Touch for Health. And Touch for Health is energy kinesiology, where we use the muscles to measure the integrity of meridians in the energy system. And that journey took me on to become an instructor. And from there, I moved on to the International College of Professional Kinesiology Practice, which I teach a 4-year diploma program in energy medicine. So along that journey, I was curious about flower essences, and I was curious about herbs. And I found a tutor in Salmon Arm, and I studied with her extensively. And it was through her wisdom that the Whispering Herbs healing cards have come through finally. I think it's like 18 years later.
It's been a work in progress.
A work in progress, for sure.
Yeah. And so, and with all of the herbs and that, you've written books as well, correct?
Yeah, and that's how it started. Studying with Yarrow Alpine was her name. You got to know that I have an engineering background, so I'm very left brain. And I think I was one of her worst students, because she was teaching all of this, like, oh, just learn with your eyes and your sensations and stuff. And I was like, I don't get it. So she blindfolded me, put me in the forest and said, find your way back to the class.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that was pretty scary for me, but I knew what she was up to, so I wanted the adventure and I did it. And so I got it. Listen to the trees, listen to the plants. And so in the hammock in her garden is how I learned herbs. And she would tell the stories about the herbs, and she gave us a real sense that they were in co-creation with us, that they had healing for us and we were the caretakers of the herbs. And so I would take pictures with an old-fashioned camera, and then I would write on the back of the picture her messages. And one day when I was teaching at my college for the kinesiology, one of the students found my recipe card box with all the pictures and the messages. And she says, "What's this?" And I said, "Well, those are my notes from my herbs." She says, "Oh my gosh, this needs to be in a book." And I said, "Well, I'll start writing out some pages for my students." And what I came to realize is that those herbs, they were just kind of random. But I had an idea that as a kinesiologist, I wanted to use the herbs in my clinic practice. And in those days, if you were using the meridian system, you had to study traditional Chinese medicine, and therefore you had to study Chinese herbs. So I started to go down that route, and one day I woke up and I went, wait a minute, I got all these herbs in my backyard. Why can't the herbs in my yard heal the meridians? I'm the same body, right? And so I charted it and I sent it off to a governing body. They endorsed the program, and then the book was written.
Wow.
Western Herbs for Eastern Meridians. That's what it was called.
Wow. Beautiful.
That's one beside you.
And from that book now, you've actually got a deck of cards that's literally so close to being in production.
Yeah, they're here. They're here.
And
I have one copy of the book. Yeah, I have one copy of it. I'll open that up in a minute. But the part how the cards got going was I created a workshop for all my energy kinesiologists. It was called Western Herbs for Eastern Meridians and 5-Element Theory, and it was a real nice tool for them to actually use the herbs to balance the meridians in the kinesiology system. Until one day I was teaching this to instructors in Europe, and the hostess told me just minutes before I was about to teach the class that herbs were banned in that country. That was a time when we were going through all kinds of stuff here in Canada too, where we had to put out petitions to keep the herbs in the health food stores, but there you can only buy Birkenstock sandals. So I went, what? Just before this herbal class? So I had to put on my quick thinking. And so these were international instructors that were going to take this work to their students all over the world. So I had to come up with something very quickly, and I didn't tell them. I used them sort of as to see if this would work. And so I had the picture of the herbs in the book. And so I asked them to look at the herbal picture, and every herb's got one of those pictures in it, and to collect the message from the plant energy. And they showed that with their muscle testing that worked. So then I knew that the cards had to be created.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So if people want to get their hands on this, you do actually have a pre-ordering happening right now, which is available till the end of the month, end of December. And then the first print run's going off in January. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's a Kickstarter program. It's a funding program to get the funds raised to get the printing done. But they'll be here. They promised me they'd be here mid-January.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to see one?
Yeah, I do want to see one. And I've just put up the link if people are wanting to pre-purchase and support Evelyn in her Kickstarter campaign to raise that initial production run funds to get it going. And people who do that are going to be one of the first in the world to have these cards in their hands, and they'll be delivered in January, right? Yeah. So it is a bit.ly link, Whispering Herbs. I'll actually also put that into the comment section so people can have it as a clickable link. But yeah, let's see these cards. So here's a couple of them. Oh, it's backwards on the camera, so I'm having trouble with my dyslexia. Your left is not your left.
That's right. I'll see if I can get a brighter one. They're all organized in the meridian system. Feverfew is nice and bright. Let's show it. It's nice and big. And so what's really special? What's really special about these cards is that they show you through your meridian where you're blocked physically, where you're blocked emotionally, and where's your block in your thinking. And so just by witnessing that, you are able to kind of shift gears through the affirmation. It's a message, actually. It's a whispering herb message at the very top of the card. And so once you kind of connect with the image, say the message, you can already feel your vibration shifting. It's like the plants just want to speak to you right away and get you going on track.
Oh, beautiful. And I love, of course, I'm a Shiatsu practitioner as well. So when you talk anything traditional Chinese medicine and 5-element theory, I'm like all over that because I know it's so powerful when we work with the energetic selves as well. And so when you mention like how that, like if somebody was to have these cards in front of them, would you suggest that they kind of do a random pick from them and just kind of go to what feels right? Or should they do like 5 of them in a day, or should it be like 1 at a time?
Well, originally I wanted to follow the 5 element, just like you're so passionate with your Shiatsu system. I'm passionate with the 5 elements with the kinesiology. So there is a 5 element chart. And so what you could do is muscle test or pendulum, which one of the elements you need a support in. And then you can see the color difference on each of them, like a dark blue and a light blue and a dark green and a light green. That's depicting which meridian. And then on each one of the meridians, you actually have a herb. And so you can take your pendulum or muscle test and find out which herb you need. And then in the card deck, there's an index. And so it'll tell you what number it is. And so you can get to it very quickly like that.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's moving into more like, where the practitioner really wants to, drink up and have some fun with and get the message. However, if like for myself, I was lazy today, and I just took all the cards and I put them all on the table and I just picked one intuitively to get the message. And it was parsley. I can clearly envision my direction. And the physical aspect is urinary tonic, and I've been getting a little bit of low back pain. Emotional is feeling on top of, and mental is circumspect. So I need to get a bigger picture of what's going on, not stay still focused on the daily stuff. So that was a good message for me.
Right. And we've got somebody commenting here. I love the Whispering Herbs healing cards. I feel the shift every time I use one. Thank you for creating them, Evelyn Mulders. And this is actually Perla. I just hopped over to the Facebook group just so I can see who that is. So if you're making comments and you would like to have your photo and name shown to us as well, please go ahead and click on that link. I did put it at the top of the comments to give StreamYard permission to post that. This is a Facebook security thing for the group. So yeah, this is awesome. And so now recently, I know I've been on your email list, and I've been getting one of these messages. You were doing 30 days of Whispering Herbs, and it was a video actually of a preview video of the cards coming in. And
just to get you a feeling of what their message is and how to embrace it and give you a good feeling for the day.
Yeah. And then, so would that work as just as well as having, like, is it putting our attention and intention into the video? Would that be around the same as actually having the cards? Because I feel like something tangible in my hands.
I know.
Really
I love
want to feel.
I love touching them and feeling them. I guess it depends on where your sensory is. I'm definitely kinesthetic. I need to touch and see like that. I did the videos just to get people sort of enticed about the value of what was coming from behind the herb. It was just a fun project for me to sit with and make a visual of the message from the herb. And that's what Pearl is talking about here. She's been following those daily messages, and she's been going in and pulling them, and then she's matching them with some of the Sound Essence products just to give herself a whole body experience with vibrational energy.
Right. And actually, that's right, because this isn't the first time that you've had vibrational products here, because those are some of my favorites too, and if you've been a client of mine, I've been spraying you while you've been with me. But do you have one of those bottles handy just to give us
a sound in the bottle?
Yeah.
Here's how they come. And so I'm going to pick, I just muscle test which one I want. Water. So see how that's coherent with what's going on with me today. So even I picked a water element, and I think it was kidney meridian, and then now I picked a water spray. So my kidneys really want support at this time. So these remedies, like the meridian essences, are created with tuning fork vibration, which is the sound part, and the homeopathic herbs. So there is herb in the meridian essences. The chakra essences have a different combination, different alchemy, and there's 6 sets of them now. But coming back to the meridian essences, the tuning fork vibration supports the energetic aspect of the meridian. And then, of course, the herbs have a direct connection to every organ and gland. That's why the healing cards work so good, is that the herbs are already speaking to our organs and glands in the body and going, hey, shift that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. And I can't wait to get my deck. And I think when we were talking earlier too, you mentioned that they're like a linen.
They've got a linen finish on them. Yeah, we were almost all done, and I had actually produced a deck like this probably about 8 years ago, and I put a linen finish on them, and I liked it. And so I had gone to some experts, and I said, should I just leave them? And they said, yeah, I'll just leave them. And then at the very last minute, I phoned the printer, and I said, I need a linen finish on them. And it just, you can just feel the quality of the card, and it's not going to get, peeled and torn. And so it'll stay with you for quite a few years.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's always, I like how you put so much
silk.
emphasis on the quality of it too.
Yeah, they're nice. They're a nice thickness. And Carly, there's 120 cards in this deck. It's not just a 52 card deck. There's 120 herbs in the card deck. And it does have a little booklet, like you were asking about how to use them.
Yeah.
So this will explain if you want to just work with the elements, if you just want to pick a card. I also have a chakra balance using the cards, because subliminally the chakras are also in these cards. I didn't explain that. Do you see how the symbol is there in the corner?
Well, kind of tiny, but
tiny.
It's there.
Yeah, no, it's there, and it's soft, and it's behind the scenes. But these cards actually work on a holographic level, and that's another conversation for another day. But just know that this work is deeply ingrained in the model of energy kinesiology.
Excellent. And that is a lot of cards, actually. And that's probably why the box is that much bigger. It's almost like 2 decks in one.
It is. Yeah, it's 2 decks.
Yeah. You got to be different and put what you need in there.
No, it is everything. And you only just need that deck to go ahead and do the work. But I do want to mention the book. Remember the book I was telling you about at the very beginning that I had the picture of yarrow in?
Yeah.
So for those that are really deeply ingrained in meridian therapy, the book will give you the uses, of course, a little bit more of an expansion on the herbal attitude. And I put in where to find the herb. In those days, I was focused on empowering people to be able to use the herbs for tinctures, salves, and that sort of thing. So that kind of information is in here. But now we can just use the vibration of the card. But this book is, I renamed it The Essence of Herbs. And it's, what am I trying to get at? It's an ebook. You can get it off Amazon as an ebook. And I don't think it's very expensive.
So like a Kindle version. Yeah.
It shows up really nice on the screen because,
They're pretty clear there. So can you show us, maybe just demonstrate another card that we can take a look at?
What color would you like?
Ooh, I want to go with yellow.
Okay, I'll just dump them all out in front of me so I can pick one. And I'm just going to think of Carly. Okay. Carly. Oh, here it is. Comfrey.
Comfrey. Huh. I don't know what that is, so I need the message.
I can integrate all that I need into my life. It stimulates digestion. Its emotional component is harmony, and the mental is integrating. So that helps with everything that's coming at you all at once to be able to move through it very nicely. It's for the throat chakra.
Yeah.
And the stomach meridian.
Wow. You know what? I was just scheduling out some videos for tomorrow and next week in this group, the meridian ones. I'm doing the source balancing points, and it was the stomach one that I was scheduling like today too. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, your energy field tells everything, right? And, especially in between 2 healers, there's that internetwork that, it just gets picked up. It just does.
Yeah, it does. And I think this is Perla again. The Sanskrit chakra symbol is ingrained in the upper right corner of each card and also listed at the bottom of the card in English. Oh, I did not know that. And comfrey salve also heals wounds quickly. Yes.
Well, not only skin wounds and that sort of thing, but it helps with comfrey's a knitter. It's a bone knitter. That's what we know as an herbologist. But it also knits your emotions. It helps you get back on track if you've had an emotional blow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a tough year for a lot of people, so I can see that would be applicable to a lot of those. So, so say I had this deck with me, and it's January already.
Yeah.
And I have that deck, and I've pulled this one. Like, should I kind of leave it out for the day, or like put it on my fridge or something, or just absorb the message?
Yeah, just sit with the plant and take all your senses and look at its picture. Just by that, you're connecting with the plant energy, and that's what they're asking for. The plants really want us to listen. And so when you do that and you've connected with it just instantly, like it doesn't even take a minute, and then you put it on your fridge or the mirror in your bathroom or something like that, and you subliminally will catch it in your peripheral, and it'll reboot that, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
And then got here, comfrey would also be very appropriate for 2020 then, because it heals all dimensional wounds. Very cool. Oh my God.
Well, and speaking of 2020, I'm excited about these. Hi, Alex. I'm excited about the timing of these cards. You got to know that in production there was, we were expecting them out quite a while ago, and then this happened and that happened. And I have always just gone with they're ready when they're ready. And when I hear myself saying they're going to be ready in January, I'm thinking, what a great time for everybody to kick in and start a new vibration in 2021. So, to be able to pick a card, every day. I mean, I think it would take you 3 months to get through through maybe 4 months to get through the cards, right? So that would take you through till March.
Yeah, I would want to go through more than one.
Do a balance.
Yeah. So, okay. So just to recap for those who maybe have just joined us a little bit later, I'm talking with Evelyn Mulders here, and she is the developer of the Western Herbs for Eastern Meridians. I think I got that right. And her new card deck is in production at the moment. She's got a sample there with her. The rest are being delivered in January. And if you want to be one of the first people in the world to get your hands on these healing energetic cards with messages from the herbs, I've put the link up here, which will take you to Evelyn's Kickstarter campaign. And if you're not familiar with what a Kickstarter campaign is, this is a way of raising funds so she can get the first print run going. You end up purchasing them and you get them delivered in January, and be one of the first to get them. So yay, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Thanks for being on the show here. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
I just want to reach out to all of my healing friends and family and just give them a great big hug. It's been tough on everybody this year, and I just sending out all my love to all of you, and looking forward to seeing you again at the market when that happens.
Yeah. And my mom's here on as well. She's like, I'm loving this session. And we actually have a question before you go.
Okay.
Evelyn, can you share how you would incorporate a sound essence balance with the Whispering Herbs healing cards?
It's very simple. We just do the same as we've always done. Once you pick your card, you'll have your, I guess you'd have your intention. And then you would work with the Chakra Sound Essence fans. And then you would just find which meridian essence supports you, which chakra essence supports you, which auric field essence, and you can go right through into the heart tones and the archangels. And you'll get a real nice story when you do that, because every one of these essences comes from a different dimension. So physical, emotional, spirit, or mental. And then the fourth dimension from the big space in the heart, which is the toroidal field, and then the hologram. So you're going to get a complete picture of what's going on for you at the moment. So the healing cards with the sound essences is just so easy, either with your muscle testing or your pendulum, or just use your intuition. I mean, this morning I looked at my remedies and bang, it was water. And I'm like, what? I don't even need to pendulum? Nope.
You got that right away. Awesome. Oh yeah, that does make a lot of sense too, because many people watching will probably have some of these products of yours already. So yeah, like, how do you do that? So that's a good, excellent question.
Yeah,
Thank you
use
for
the
asking.
cards as your intention. St. John's wort, I have all that I need to create the delicious life I deserve. So now you know that's in your field. And then when you work with the sound essences, it'll just shift all the vibrations from the 5 different dimensions to stay honed in on that focus of the message.
Awesome. Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And everybody, if you'd like to support Evelyn, you're definitely encouraged to go check out her Kickstarter campaign at bit.ly/whispering herbs. And not just supporting her campaign, you're actually going to get a copy of.
Yeah, and there's some nice rewards in there. I didn't get a chance to I'll quickly show you. One of the rewards is that you'll get the charts. I had both of them here a second ago. One of the rewards is you'll get the book. You can get the book and the cards. You can get the book, the cards, and these PDF charts. So yeah, there's lots of choices in there. There's even a deck and a one-on-one session with me, which will be about an hour's worth, and we can answer any questions that you have or take you through a balance or whatever.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Oh, and
it's like shopping.
All right. So yeah, so thanks for being on. Thank you for sharing that. I'm excited that you have this in development and so close to being in our realm, quite literally. And so thanks, Evelyn.
Okay. Thank you, Carly, for having me. Goodbye, everybody.
So thanks for watching, everybody. And next 2 weeks, I'm going to be putting some of our popular replays on just over the holidays. And then we'll be back again in January with the lives. And I will have quite a few new guests I have lined up. I've got a lady from New York, and she'll be talking about, she's actually a surgeon in New York, but she also does teach about bringing calm into our lives and all of that too. It's going to be a great lead-in for 2021. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll leave that link back up there again, just in case anybody needs to see it once more. So we'll tune in and we'll catch you all later. And remember, Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. now will be a new mini tutorial on the Meridian series, the 12-part series. In under 5 minutes, these videos, you'll be learning a balancing point to balance the meridian that leads to your organs. So we can all do with that, that's for sure. So keep in tune for that. Check back in here tomorrow on Wednesday at 11. And then the replays from that will be available in the units section afterwards. Bye for now.